All right, Lauren Watkins. And this is like one of your first radio interviews you've ever done?
Yes, I'm busted. This is my first one.
I'm so excited. So that means you're going to remember us forever.
Oh, yeah.
When you're big and famous.
Yeah, I will.
I love this. So now you grew up in Nashville
Mm-hmm.
and you've been singing country music kind of a long time. Just what has this been like? When did you start? How young were you? What's the story?
I mean, I've been singing country music and singing, period, for like literally as long as I can remember. I don't have like a super musical family. Some people in my family are in music, but we really just all love music so much. And so I just remember it being a huge part of my life for a really long time. And then I have 3 sisters. My older sister, she started playing guitar and singing. And so then I kind of followed and I was like, okay. And then we would sing together. And so throughout our childhood and like kind of into our teenage years, we started playing gigs because in Nashville, it was so easy to do.
Like you could just get on anywhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, like there were just endless like places for us to play. And so we started out playing, there's this restaurant in Nashville called the Corner Pub, and they've got a bunch of them around, and they would let us, we were like 13 years old, they would let us set up on their patio every Sunday night, and we would just play for like a couple hours, and our family would come out. And then we got older and we started like doing the Broadway thing, like playing on Broadway and all those bars. And it was just fun for me. Like I didn't think of it like I'm going to do this for my career. I just thought like I love to sing and I love to play music and I'm just going to do it. And when it was time to go to college, I kind of, for some reason, I thought like you had to choose one or the other. And I didn't realize that like I could do both. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm going to college because I also come from a very big Ole Miss family.
Okay, I was wondering where that came in.
Oh, yeah. And so I was like, since the day I was born, I was like, that's where I'm going. So I was like, all right, I'm going to college. I'm never going to come back to Nashville. I guess I have to quit music. I don't know where that came from. I just thought that. And like halfway through my college career, I loved it, but I was like, okay, I know exactly what I got to do when this is all over. Like there's nothing else I want to be doing than music. Like I just missed it like crazy. And my sister, she was still playing a lot of shows at that point, and she came to Oxford to play a show. She brought me up for a couple songs, and I was like, I totally forgot how much I loved doing this. And from that day on, I was just like trying to figure out what I could do while I was still in school to like give myself the best shot at just coming home and figuring out how to get in, to like the scene.
Yeah, you're like, Mom and Dad, I need a couple more business classes.
Yeah,
I need some marketing classes.
So I had a change of heart. Yeah. Like, I'm coming home. But I knew I wanted to graduate because like I was having so much fun there and I didn't want to leave it. I was just like, I'm going to finish this up, have as much fun as I can, and then it's hit the ground running.
Yeah, it's so funny because in my notes, I put that on there. I was like, okay, so did your parents have to tell you, we will support your dreams, but you got to go to college and like finish first? I was wondering how that process happened.
Yeah, I mean, well, it actually wasn't even really a conversation. I think that, maybe if I had asked to drop out, I don't know how that would have gone, but I didn't want to. Like, yeah. I loved school. I loved like the people that I met there. I loved the whole culture of it. So it never was a thought in my mind to like quit into music. I was just like, okay, I'm going to get every last thing out of this that I can. And then it's time to go home and sing full time. Because I mean, that's like a huge part of why I even started writing songs in the first place. I had like kind of a not super exciting high school experience. So when I got to college, I like saw these new things and met all these new people, had my heart broken a few times, and it gave me something to write about. So I wasn't like, and by any means, I wasn't ready to like end it early, you know?
Well, so. I think that's what's interesting is like, you're at this age, because you're so young and you're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
But you're at this age where maybe you still haven't had a ton of life experience.
Yeah.
But I also remember being like 22, 23 years old, and the intensity of the feelings that you feel, it's like so real. So you might not have like all the life experience, but on the other hand, man, you've got like all this intensity, and just trying to mix that together, it's kind of tricky to make it come out right, but that it plays on each other, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like I don't have any better way to like express myself than write a song or sing or like hear somebody else's song and feel it. But yeah, like, what do you mean? I know everything at 23.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But no, you're right. I mean, and it's funny to think about, like, when I was 18 and leaving for college, like, I thought, like, I had it all together. I was like, yeah, I got this. And then coming out of college, I'm like, I don't know anything at all.
I think I called my parents like 2 weeks after leaving home and being like, I'm really sorry. I didn't know anything that I was talking about. It was like total imposter. Like I was an imposter.
I'm probably going to say that in a year or two, be like, I literally had no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I think it's like that forever.
Let me ask you this too, and you kind of alluded to this a second ago, but Rich and I were in the office, like listening to some of your YouTube videos, and Camel Blues came up. We were talking about that before. He goes, "There's something to this girl. Somebody has done her wrong. Like, where is this attitude coming from?" And I was like, "I'm gonna ask her." So,
oh my gosh,
for Rich, I've got to ask you, like, where does all that come from? Where?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's funny, like, yes, I've definitely been wronged a few times, but I also, like, it's funny. I feel like I can write about one situation in 20 different ways, you know? So people are like, oh my gosh, you must be so sad. Like, you have all these sad songs, and I'm not. I like to pick things apart and say as many things about it as I can in as many different ways as I can. And so, like, I mean, music that we're putting out soon, like, literally all of it is, or not, there's not a single song that I haven't, like, done, been through, said, thought at some point in my life. Like the Camel Blues thing, like, there was definitely a time in my life where I was smoking Camel Blues, not gonna lie. And I don't anymore, but, like, college will do that to you.
Oh, I know, college. You do pick up some bad habits. It's a lot of fun, and you just gotta avoid
have
those.
to learn, though. You gotta do it.
So what is your life like right now? Is this your first tour that you're on? And
it's
opening?
my first, like, official tour, yeah. I mean, I've been playing shows and, like, you know, kind of on the road here and there for years, but this is the first time I'm, like, actually out with an artist, and we're all doing it together. So it's been really awesome. I've been out with Lily Rose and Griffin Palmer. And it's cool because we're all on the same label. So it's all family. Like, we all are close with each other's teams, and it's been really awesome.
What do you think has been, like, the most eye-opening parts of, like, being out on the road, just, like, what it takes, what you have to do, just, like, what kind of blew your mind?
I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot of different things I could say. One, the first thing that comes to mind is, like, every crowd is so different, like, in a cool way. I mean, it's just like, I feel like it would be easy to think you go out there and, you know, I'm here to show up and do what I can do every night, but, like, you never know how the crowd is going to respond or not respond, you know, like, and it's cool. It's actually really cool to see, because I grew up in Nashville. I really haven't been a lot of places. I mean, all my family's from the South. I really have only been around there. And so I'm getting to go to all these new cities for the first time. And so it's really cool, like, just the different cultures. Like, it sounds silly to say that because, I don't know, maybe that's not groundbreaking to some people. But to me, I'm like, I mean, I went to New York City for the first time last week or 2 weeks ago. And I was like,
people
oh my
take
gosh.
that for granted, you know?
I was like, this is really cool. And then, I mean, the other thing is, like, just traveling a lot. I mean, I'm not really used to that yet, and it's fun. I mean, I think you kind of have to romanticize it in a way, or else it's easy to just get like, oh, I'm so tired. But if you look at it like, okay, I get to go to all these places I've never been. It's kind of fun, like going to the gas station and, like, getting a snack, and it's just fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like all the little stuff like that. And romanticize.
You document all of it, I think, on Instagram is where I live. I don't know if you're a TikTok
Instagram.
gal, but
a little. I'm not really good at TikTok.
Yeah,
I'm probably better at Instagram, but I like it all. I don't know.
That is 100% where I live, and so I enjoy, like, following the different artists and everything on the road, and, like, how my life is, I get on this hamster wheel and I just run it all day long, 7 days a week. So being able to see, like, young people like you guys, I was just like, oh, that looks so fun.
It is fun. It's like, that's another thing we take for granted is, like, we get to do a lot of cool things. Like, I think when you reached out to me I was on a writing retreat in Gatlinburg. Yes,
up in Gatlinburg.
Yeah, and that was another cool thing too. And that is, like, I mean, that's way more chill than being on the road playing shows. It's like we get to go be out in the middle of nowhere. No one's really around, and we just write songs and get to be creative. And so there's so many cool things that we get to do.
Yeah. Well, what's next? What do you think what does a year look like from now? Any ideas?
Soonest next is music. Lots and lots of music.
Good.
I can't say too specifically like when, we're kind of figuring everything out, but there's going to be a lot of music to go around. I'm really, really, really excited. All of it is stuff I've written, and that I'm really proud of, and it's all really like personal and real. And so that's coming really soon.
Are we going to need like the tears welling up emoji, or are we getting a little sad girl country? Yeah. A little emo?
Yeah. But it's not all sad. It's not all depressing sad. It's like, I think it's just real. It's kind of like all the different phases of heartbreak. Sometimes that's like having fun and not really caring, and sometimes that's like crying. It's just all of the above.
We're women, we know.
Yeah, we are a roller coaster.
I love it. Well, Lauren, you're going to stick around and you're going to play for us?
Let's do it. Yeah.
I'm excited.